Hi, my name is Blake Sharp. My TA is Hao Shin, and today I'm going to be showing you how to set up and use a Bunsen burner in order to just heat a glass beaker of just plain old distilled water. Starting off, we'll be using a double ring clamp in order to hold the water. The way we have it set up is we have a wire mesh here set over a small ring in order to allow the beaker to stand up, as well as a larger ring set in place to keep the beaker from being knocked over, just in case anything happens to jump on the stand. Here we have the Bunsen burner. This is going to be what we're going to be used to reduce our flame. Down here, we can see that there is a little gear that we can turn here. This is what adjusts the amount of gas that we let into the actual Bunsen burner. That'll control the intensity of the flame, as well as being able to adjust how much oxygen is allowed into the system, which lets us control the size of the flame, or how high the actual flame itself gets. Next, we have our little hose here. We're going to be plugging this into the gas reserve and into our Bunsen burner. So this is what's going to help us supply our fuel in order to keep the fire going. Here we have our striker. We're going to be using this to light the Bunsen burner using little sparks produced here. This is safer than using matches because it lets you keep a more controlled, it helps you keep more control over the flame, as well as keeping your hands a little bit farther away, and it's more reliable. Finally, we have a pair of tongs that we're going to be using to lift the heated water out, just so that way we can maintain safety. We don't burn our hands in the process. So, let's get started. What we'll do first is we will begin by plugging the hose into the gas valve, keeping the gas valve off for now, and we'll be plugging it into our Bunsen burner, making sure that there is a nice seal on both. First, whenever we initially light the flame, we are going to keep it away from the beaker, so that way we can more easily control it before placing it underneath the beaker in order to heat the water. So, what we'll do next is we'll make sure that the little gear here is all the way closed, so that way we're not surprised by any amount of gas that's too large to what we're used to dealing with. We'll begin to slowly turn on the gas. Opening up the valve a little bit, and using our striker to set a small flame. Now, as we can see, we can use the knob here to adjust the size of the flame to what we want to do. We want to have the flame so that way the cone is just below the water. So what we'll do is we'll adjust it to about that large, and we will adjust how much oxygen is getting into the Bunsen burner flame, so we have a nice blue cone, as can be seen right here. So this is the kind of flame that we're looking for. So now that we have this set, what we'll do is we'll set this right below our water, and we can use this in order to heat our beaker safely and efficiently. So as we can see, some heat is being applied here. The water is starting to, there's precipitate on the outside. The water is starting to heat up. And we'll give this a little bit of time, but for the sake of example, we'll just assume that it's been heating for a little bit longer. So once it's done, the way that we'll extinguish this Bunsen burner is that we'll start by immediately turning off the gas, cutting off the fuel supply, pulling this away, and unplugging the Bunsen burner from the gas reserve. Afterwards, we'll take the Bunsen burner, gripping it by the base, so that way we don't burn ourselves, and remove the tubing from the Bunsen burner in order to make sure that everything is back the way it should be, closing back up the little gear, returning everything to its previous position. Now, to extract the heated water, what we'll do is we will use these tongs in order to grip it around around the top of the beaker. I'll carefully lift it out and wait for it to cool down. And that is how you set up and use a Bunsen burner.